What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. A little bit of a surprise to see this. The NCAA Board of Governors Federal and State Legislation Working Group has decided they are going to, I suppose, re-examine the name, image, and likenesses issues that pretty much put a cease to college basketball, football, really all gaming for college sports within the last 10 or 15 years. The group is going to bring together diverse opinions from the membership, and this is what stood out to me, from presidents and commissioners to student athletes. Student athletes is a big thing. I don't know in the past if the athlete's position has been reviewed when they were going through this. So essentially what they're saying is they want to look forward and reassess all the complexities involved in how a student or an athlete could be able to use their name, image, likeness within any context if there was a tie-in to education. And I'll read you the quote. They actually say that they will examine the NCAA's position on name, image, and likeness benefits and potentially propose rule modifications tethered to education. So to me, that's huge in terms of this means anything is open for interpretation, anything can be presented, and if they can find a viable way to do this, then essentially it will be done. Now, the other important part of this is the student will now be involved. So that lends itself to a culture of people that have played these games, that have lacked these games, that want to be involved in these games in a way that I don't know has been presented before. Now, how much they'll take from those select athletes that are shown or spoken to or presented, I don't know. But if they can find a way to tie in their education benefits, it does open the door, albeit very small crack in the opening, in order for them to get back into college football gaming. So let me propose this. Let me propose something. Could you imagine if every company that sold an NCAA game that was allowed to use teams, players, likenesses, whatever the case was, if they all took a portion of the sales and put it toward a scholarship fund that would impact maybe lesser privileged students or student athletes, if they could create such an environment where the game's sale would directly benefit education of those athletes or potentially other non-athletes, I think there is a much larger window for people to look into this and reevaluate the stance that they've had, because that speaks to everyone's plight. We want the athletes to be taken care of, represented, and protected. We want free education, or at least the benefit of education for those that cannot afford it. And we also want to make sure that the investor, the consumer, is paying towards something that will ultimately go back into not just the product, but more importantly, the community and landscape of collegiate sports. So, did not think that we would see something like this happen, but apparently, for whatever reason, it's decided to be reviewed, and the results of that, I guess, will hinge on whether we will ever see another NCAA game of any sport on the market. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. You know I will be back very shortly with more commentary.